Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to part 7 of Behind White Curtains. Before we jump into this next ministry that Brian and I were a part of, I just want to kind of bring something to your attention. A lot of times you really don't know, especially in church, if you have a problem with people who are a different ethnic group, if these other people are not coming into your midst. It's like God has called us in the last 2 commandments. Well, he said the greatest 2 commandments above all others are to love him and to love your neighbor. And we often think, yeah, I'm giving to my neighbor, I'm doing kind things for my neighbor, but is that really loving your neighbor? You really don't know if you have a problem with people or dealing with the sin of racism if these people are not in your people group, if they're not in your circle and in your midst, and not only just in your midst, but in your midst with some type of leadership, role or something. So,
yeah. And this church that next church we're going to talk about, that's what we noticed is that they thought that they was diverse, okay? Right. Because they look out in the audience and it was predominantly white, but you may have a small percentage, maybe 5-10% of African Americans or people of different ethnic groups. Right. But this is the thing, true diversity is not when you look out in the audience and you see different ethnic groups here and there. Right, diversity is when you go to leadership. When you get into leadership, if your leadership is all white and the church is called mixed, that's not a diverse church. Right. That's just a church with white people making all the rules, but it's projecting a false image of diversity. Right. Because true diversity is when you have the different ethnic groups that actually have autonomy in leadership and they're making, decisions concerning the direction of the church. And that's what we saw. Right. And
not only just the leadership, but I mean, let's kind of
say the worship style.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going. Yeah. Is the fact that, it's important for us to be able to do that. And then when you have children in your midst, it's important for children.
Children need to see leaders. They need to see different, a black pastor, a white pastor, whatever. They
Hispanic, Asian. I mean,
and see people coming up before the people. Right. And to lead, it's important that they see diversity. I think that's really important. Right. But this next church, how would you open it up? Like, what was the challenge for us? That a starting challenge. I know that we joined and we tied.
Well, we didn't join right away.
Okay.
It was maybe a year or 2 in. Okay. But we're going to get into that when we come back on part 8.
All right.